Here we are, America's favorite 6-liter LS CJ-7 with a 5-speed manual. And I mean, just nice and easy. So Ken brought it back to the shop, had a little bit of a leaky water pump, which is to be expected. It was a junkyard 6-liter, so we replaced the water pump, and he likes to sit in the passenger seat when his son's driving, so we lowered the seat, moved it back. But one of the most important additions we did to this thing is we took a little time and got the factory sway bar to go back in this thing. And granted, it did handle amazing, you know, on leaf springs, just with the shocks, but that little extra with the sway bar makes it just awesome to drive. So let's pull out on the freeway and get that smile back on our face.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, America! Oh, we got a winding road coming up here. All right, rein it back in.
So this Jeep, just so nice to shift, drive. This front seat's also lowered and moved back, so I'm 6'1", 285. Super comfortable driving this thing. And here we are headed out on a windy road. And I mean, there's no problem with keeping up with traffic, let me tell you. And the new sway bar, like, you don't have to worry about the windy roads, the corners. I mean, it just handles like it's on rails. So fun to drive. Alright, we're going to pull this thing into the shop and I'll actually show you how we got the factory sway bar to work with the Dana 60 and the double arms, and maybe we'll show you the seat brackets too. But otherwise, go back and look at the full build video on this from about a year ago. So for all you guys that haven't seen our original build video on this Jeep, I'll just give you one little quick peek under the hood to tell you what's really going on here. So this is a Gen 3 6-liter junkyard engine that basically BD Turnkey Engine in Reno just added a stage 2 cam from Texas Speed. So it's right at 400 horsepower, but absolutely 400 horsepower of non-stop America and smiles. So much fun to drive. Let me show you what we did here on this last round. So when we originally built it with the Dana 60, the spring over, 37s, leaf springs, we didn't hook the sway bar back up. Well, we found an original sway bar, and I'll show you what we did with it. So this is the original sway bar from the CJ-7. We bolted it right back in, and then we went ahead and built our own sway bar drop downs with 5/8 heim joints. And then down here on the axle, we just added a pin to the shock mount, and that is a 1/2-inch nut holding it on. So instead of a pin for a sway bar disconnect, you just have a 1/2-inch or a 3/4 wrench underneath the seat. You loosen that 1/2-inch nut, you pop it off, you swing the sway bar right up and around, and up here on the shock tower, there's another stud, you bolt it right back on. So that 3 or 4 times a year, you go to the trail, you want to disconnect the sway bar, really make it flex. It's, you know, 10-minute deal, and you're right out there wheeling hard. As soon as you get back to the pavement, slip them back on and grab some gears as you saw us do. One other thing we updated on this round, and I mean, how much better can you really make it? Well, it's a lot better. So the passenger seat on the CJs is always really tall and has that lever to fold it forward. Well, he's not going to use the hardtop on this thing, and we added a slider so the seat slides way forward and it tilts so you can get in the back. So we got rid of that factory folding mount, built a mount that's about 3 inches lower down and farther back. So 2 guys that are 6'1", 6'2", 280 are absolutely comfortable in this Jeep. So it's some of those little details at the end that really make the difference. So if you didn't see the original video on this one, you're going to want to search back in YouTube on our WFO page and look at the original video, because this thing is rad.